Hey, what is going on, webheads? Roundaway here. I don't know about you guys, but I like video games. But not all video games. You know, we all have those games that really just make our blood boil for any reason, really. Just whether the game be not fun, broken, waste of money, or the game just being like a big disappointment to you. You know, just those games that we really fucking dislike for, like I said, any number of reasons. I'm basically just gonna talk about the games that did it for me, that just made me like really upset. Now, I just want to say one thing. I may like hate / strongly dislike these games, but I don't strongly dislike or hate you if you like these games or anyone that likes these games. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion on games that I think just fucking suck. That's all this really is. Don't take it personally. I'm usually pretty fair on games, I like to think. Like on my channel, I'm not really negative about games. Like most of the games I talk about, I just like, because I'm not a fan of like playing bad games or games I don't like. You know what I mean? Like unlike some people, when I don't like something, I don't think about it, I don't play it, you know what I mean? Like it just usually just escapes my mind. But I just felt like talking about these games because why not, really? I just felt like talking about them. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so let me paint you a picture, right? It's 2018, you're watching the Game Awards, you know, you're waiting for Smash Ultimate to come out and waiting for the DLC character to get revealed. Suddenly, Ed Boon walks on stage, creator of Mortal Kombat, and he says, oh, he's about to show the award for best sports game or whatever the fuck, and then the lightning flashes on the fucking projector and the Mortal Kombat logo appears, and it plays one of the hypest trailers for any NRS game to this day. It's almost on par with the fucking MKX trailer. And yeah, you're super hyped, and the reveal day is soon, you know what I mean? Like they're about to drop like the official gameplay trailers and stuff soon, and you watch the gameplay trailers, and yeah, the game looks super hype and everything, but then you start to see people actually playing the game, and then you notice, yeah, it's way slower looking than MKX, but hey, the graphics look good, and you know what? It may just be a different type of game, so let's see when we actually start to play it. And then you get the game, and then you still notice it is a bit slow, but then you still like it because it's Mortal Kombat, and you have really nothing else to play, so you keep playing it, and then you keep playing it, and then you start to just dislike this fucking game so much. Like, that's how it was for me, at least. Like, I like this game a lot. Like, I played it a lot, but then over time, I just grew to just hate it so much. And I think that's why I hate it the most, because of how much time I had on it, even when I didn't like it. Like, I have over 500 hours on this fucking game that I don't even like, and I'm gonna get into why I don't like it right now. So basically, like I said, the game is just overall slower, and I'm not even talking about the, like, removal of the run button. I mean, like, character movement is just so sluggish, and, like, strings feel slow. Like, the game is just a very not fast game overall. The movement sucks. There's not really dash blocking. I mean, I guess there is, and certain characters have different dash blocking speeds, so it really gets, like, it's mainly on a character per character basis how fast you actually move, but overall the game is just like at a snail's pace compared to MKX. The game also is just way more simplified, you know what I mean? Like, there's way less combos, way less moves per character. Variations are back, but they're like weird, and you can make your own custom variations, which sounds cool, but it's super limited because you're only allowed a certain amount of slots, and certain moves take up more slots, and you can't even customize every move together because some moves put together, I guess they would just be really broken, but it's just kind of annoying. And on top of that, for a while, in ranked, you couldn't even use, like, custom variations. You were just stuck with the default tournament variations, and then they had to update the game later for you to be able to use your own custom variations. But it was still limited. Like, you still couldn't do, like, some of the, like, moves together. I just think that that's dumb. I'd rather just them remove variations. I like variations in MKX, by the way. But if they were gonna remove them, they just remove them outright. Just give characters, like, way more moves. Like, cutting down character move list for no reason is just stupid. Also, the meter in this game is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I hate the fact that the meter is literally, like, sectioned off into, like, two weird, like, meters, like, one specifically for offense and, like, EX moves, and then one for defensive mechanics, like rolling and teching and shit like that. And one of the worst things about this entire game was the stupid breakaway system. So basically what the breakaway system is, it's like a breaker from like most of their fighting games, or I guess burst, if you want to call it that. That's probably, if you've never played like a Mortal Kombat game, that's probably the closest thing that it is. For all of your defensive meter, which you have 2 meters, like 2 bars per meter, 2 defensive meter and 2 offensive meter, right? And from what I remember, it's not that hard to get meter. You could obviously correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but like meter wasn't like some super fucking like expensive resource. Like you got meter rather quickly in this game from what I remember. Yeah, spending all of your meter, you're able to just tech out or burst out of any combo with armor. There's no timing or skill or anything involved with it. You literally just did the input and then you just have a get out of jail free card. And there was not really much you could do about it. Like there was not many armor breaking moves in this. Like I wouldn't mind this if it didn't have armor and you could like easily punish it, but no. They actually had to fucking make like a universal change to it because enough people complained about it. When Spawn released, he had a move that broke armor, including this, so everyone who would play Spawn, they would just like use that one specific move. I forgot what the move actually is, but like it would just break the armor. Eventually everyone was like, yo, why doesn't every character have that shit? So then they gave every character a specific like armor breaking move. Now not all of them were good. Like I remember one of my main, Scorpion, he had this like stupid fucking front flip move, which literally you would never use otherwise. Like you can't combo off of it, you can't do anything like cool, you're not that advantageous, it's just like a shitty slow overhead he has. Sometimes it would give special properties, like, you know, just it will just break the armor, like you could combo off of it sometimes, but still, it's still just an annoying thing. I don't know how they ever thought that this was a good idea. Now, I know other Mortal Kombat games had breakers or breakaways and stuff like that, but it cost like way more meter, and it would like send you and your opponent like basically back to neutral, right? No, this, you would just still be in front of the opponent. You would like have this like stupid animation where you fall on the ground and then get back up, but still, it just ruins the whole flow of gameplay. I also hate the fucking crushing blow and fatal blow system. So if you don't know, crushing blows are like fighting game counter hits. Like in most fighting games, like you get a counter hit, you know, you like hit an opponent while they're doing their move, and usually you get like some special property, like you either like plus you just do a lot more damage like in your combos, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. They have that in this game. However, it works a little bit differently. While there are like counter hit crushing blows, like basically land this move, like interrupt the opponent's move with like your own move, you would get like 30% off of these, like guaranteed, which is absolutely insane for basically just landing a counter hit. Sometimes more if you are able to combo into them. And the worst part, you are able to combo into them because there are certain moves where basically if you land like the move or meet a certain requirement while landing the move, like let's say like Sub-Zero had a really infamous one with his slide. It's already a stupid fucking move. Like, he had dumb 50-50s because it's like a really fast low with a lot of range. And you would basically just spam it like 27 times a match because it's just a really good move. If you did the EX version of it, I think, like 3 times, you would just get a crushing blow for it and just get a free 30% off of like something you would be doing anyway. And that was the main problem. A lot of like powerful special moves were given crushing blow properties. So like you literally get rewarded for just playing the character how you would normally, and it's just fucking stupid. You get rewarded for doing the most dumb, obvious, like brain dead thing. Like I said, high damage game. Like, so imagine you just randomly, like someone just does an uppercut, counter hits you, then you're just doing like fucking 40% for nothing. Honestly, a lot of like what I have an issue with, a lot of people had the same opinion of like Guilty Gear Strive. Like, they just made things simpler. They removed a lot of character like moves, a lot of like freedom of expression. They just dumbed the game down like a lot for no real reason. Now, I like well, I don't really like Strive as much as I used to, but I don't really have these opinions. I think Guilty Gear is like fine, but I do understand where people are coming from, and that's how I feel about this game too. Fatal blows, because I mentioned it, but I just didn't really elaborate on it. Basically, you could just kind of spam it, and what I mean by spamming it is like on whiff, it doesn't go away. It'll just come back, like, after, like, a couple seconds. And some characters had really good ones where, like, they were, like, projectiles. So you could just theoretically camp out and wait for this fucking fatal blow to come back. and then eventually you're probably gonna hit it, you know what I mean? And then fatal blows and x-rays, obviously, they're like the super moves of the game, so they do a lot of damage. So, like, sometimes you would just get 40 damage off of, like, literally just waiting. Like, this game was just really lame and, like, poke heavy. I know a lot of NRS games are kind of like poke heavy, but like this game took it to like a new level. It was just super boring and not that fun to play. And again, a lot of the characters weren't that fun to play. Like I did have my mains, obviously. I mained Scorpion and like Noob Saibot. And Joker, which I'll say Joker is a really fun character. Like, he was one of the few things that, like, kept me playing the game still, because he actually had, like, a lot of combos and, like, sauce and shit like that. But yeah, overall, I just didn't really like MK11 a lot. Like, I like MK1 way more. I know that game gets a lot of shit, and it did have a rough launch and stuff like that, but I think MK11 is just way worse by every measure. And don't even get me started on the story. The story is just, like, stupid, nonsensical. Kronika's like a shitty fucking villain. And the like game doesn't even follow its own rules on like time travel and stuff. It's just like overall not a good game. I will say the graphics though are really fucking good. Like the game looks great even to this day. Not that the game's super old. Like it only came out like I think 2019 if I remember correctly. But yeah, the game's graphics look nice. It even looks nicer than MK1 in a lot of ways. So my second game I have is honestly, it's kind of similar to MK11. I mean, it's not the same genre at all, but it's another game I was super highly anticipating, very excited for, and then it ended up just like completely shitting on everything that I had hoped for. Now, this game series is Call of Duty, and I mean, Call of Duty is kind of the king of disappointments, you know what I mean? Like, it's no surprise, like, everyone has their own list of their favorite COD games here and there. You know, everyone feels strongly about one game or the other. Everybody has their own list of their favorite and least favorite COD games. But I think this one is special because it's one of those COD games that universally was panned on release and everyone kind of just still dislikes, even to this day. With very few people even defending it. I'm a COD like apologist, you know what I mean? Like I now realize that as I've gotten older, like the series is just like, you know, there's a lot of just slop, and especially the newer games are like unexcusable. But I was a big Call of Duty fan still, and I still look back on the series fondly. However, I don't look back on this game fondly. Well, kind of. Black Ops 4 is probably one of the most disappointing sequels I've ever played in a game. I mean, we still got other things to talk about in this video, but yeah, Black Ops 4, like a highly anticipated game. Like, I was waiting for this game to come out, you know what I mean? Ever since the first trailer was just revealed, like, you know, it was a pretty big deal. It's the 4-numbered COD entry game, you know what I mean? Like, we've had, like, Modern Warfare 3, we had Black Ops 3, which, in my opinion, was, like, the last really good Call of Duty game, in my opinion. And the Black Ops series as a whole is my personal favorite Call of Duty series. I mean, it was my first, and I've pretty much loved every Black Ops game since Black Ops 1. Black Ops 2 being my favorite and one of my favorite shooters of all time. But yeah, Black Ops 4 just did not deliver at all. Like, there was many just horrible decisions that, like, just kind of ruined the fucking game. Like, the game didn't have, like, exosuits, which I know exosuits are controversial, but hey, I like Black Ops 3, and I think it was, like, a perfect evolution of the Advanced Warfare exosuit system. But yeah, they just fucking removed that in this game. For some reason, they changed it from 6v6 to 5v5, which doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but it really does. It's just not as fun, and, like, also really tried to, like, add all these weird extra game modes to it. I remember there's this one fucking, like, it's basically like search and destroy, but like how it is in CSGO or something like that, where like you actually had money and you had to like buy shit, like, you know, like weapons and stuff like in between rounds, and it just felt really like unnecessary and weird. Also, the specialists were like super dumbed down and weird. Like a lot of them were just like support specialists that like just did minor shit. Like basically one of them was just like a counter UAV. Some of them did have weapons and stuff like in Black Ops 3, but just weren't that impactful or anything. Also, the game just felt really slow and sluggish. Like multiplayer just felt like it was at a snail's pace. I really don't know how else to describe it. The guns were also just like kind of clunky and cumbersome. The game also had this dumbass fucking armor system. Like, you had like armor plates in like normal multiplayer and stuff like that, and not as a perk. Like, I'm pretty sure it was just by default, you had this, like, dumbass armor and, like, health bars and shit. Like, it was just, like, really weird. Like, it felt like it was trying so hard not to be a Call of Duty game, but it needed, like, that Call of Duty brand recognition or something. And then also, they removed the campaign. Now, I've never really been, like, a campaign guy. I've always been, like, a multiplayer zombies, you know, like, online multiplayer in Call of Duty. I think that's what most people play it for. But that's still, I don't get how they thought that was a good idea. Like, so many people play the campaign, and especially because not everybody wants to play online, or like if you're just bored of playing online, you have something else to do. And most campaigns, I mean, they're not like super high art, like fucking groundbreaking stories or anything like that, but it's just shitty that you just remove them for what, specialist stories? Like, I do not care about fucking Ruin's backstory, bro. Like, I'm sorry, you really think I do? I don't. Now, what else does this game have to offer? Zombies is my favorite mode in Call of Duty. Like, I love zombies even more than multiplayer sometimes. Like, if the zombies is good, I'll just be playing that, even if the multiplayer is lackluster. Spoiler alert, zombies is fucking awful. If Vanguard didn't exist, I think this would legitimately be the worst zombies ever. For some reason, they tried to fucking, like, retool and balance zombies, you know, like the fun game mode where balance doesn't fucking matter because you're killing, like, CPUs. Like, you're killing, like, basically, like, just bots, essentially. But yeah, let's rework the perk system, remove a lot of fan favorite perks like Juggernaut because it made the game, and I quote, too easy. Then replace with this dumbass fucking perks that I can't even remember the names of, but they just had like weird dumb effects. You did get to like choose which perks you want in the map, but like that also just takes away from it. Like, some of the challenge of zombies was like, what perks are on this map, or like, you know, only this perk is on this map. Like, I like that, but they just took that away. Also, the maps just kind of sucked at launch. Like, there was genuinely only one good map, as far as I remember, which was 9. I mean, I guess 5 was good, or Pentagon, or whatever the fuck it's called in this game. I'm genuinely forgetting. Classified, that's what it was. I guess Classified is alright, but it's just 5, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically 5 with Moon in it, and then, like, I'm pretty sure the map is, like, there's less of it? Like, I barely remember it, so I might be getting it wrong, but yeah, it's, like, just 5 again. Like, kind of like a remake of 5, which, yay. Like, I don't really know. I don't really like 5 that much. Like, it's an alright map, I guess. But 9 was actually pretty decent. Like, I like the Coliseum. I like the Easter egg. I like the whole, like, weird, like, morality, or not morality, but, like, the audience system. And then the fucking Titanic map, whatever it's called, that shit was really ass. Like, it's a super small fucking claustrophobic map. And it just doesn't really, like, I forget I'm on the Titanic. Like, it's a fucking just stupid ass map. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Also, the game was like really buggy and shit. I remember like the game would just crash if you attempted high rounds. Like, it was very infamous. Like, you know, zombies just was not that good. And sometimes the zombies, they just felt, like, unfair. Like, they just did a lot of damage. I remember, like, dogs and stuff. Well, in 9, the tigers were just super broken at one point. Like, they were literally, like, faster than you and stuff like that, and just, like, would kill you in a matter of seconds. Like, I don't know how they fumbled so hard. And there was like a few cool things about zombies. Like, I did kind of like the wonder weapon system, or not wonder weapon system. Basically, you had like specialist abilities in zombies, and that was kind of cool and stuff. And I did hear that a lot of the maps did get better later with the DLC, but I just never bought the fucking DLC because I already just didn't like the game, so what was the point? Also, they just lied about factions. Like, there was gonna be this planned, like, thing called factions where, like, you know, you can make, like, clans and stuff, and you'd get, like, rewards and stuff and, like, cosmetics. That just never happened for whatever reason. Like, there was just never anything, like, even remotely similar implemented. One good thing, too, I forgot to mention was mutations, which were basically, you could, like, change the settings. Basically, like, a more advanced version of Black Ops 2, how you could, like, change what the starting round was and stuff similar to that. And mutations was cool, because, like, you could just give yourself points, start on this round. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of stuff. I remember you could could like spawn like a shit ton of boss zombies or like only boss zombies and like just try to survive like that. And I remember seeing a lot of like content creators do stuff. But yeah, overall BO4 Zombies was just really not good. Now, basically everything about this game is bad. However, we have one thing left. Blackout, which was the Battle Royale. It was Call of Duty's first Battle Royale when Battle Royale was like brand new. And honestly, it was pretty good. Like, I played this probably the most with my friends and stuff, and I kind of liked it, and I liked the idea of, like, you know, it's each section of the map is its own, like, Black Ops game. Like, it has, like, Black Ops 1 and 2 multiplayer maps. You know, it even had, like, zombies here and there. You could get the ray gun, and there was, like, you could kill zombies and stuff, and, like, bosses. I think Blackout was actually pretty good. Like, overall, the only problem was that it wasn't free, you know what I mean? You had to buy Black Ops 4, and yeah, a Battle Royale that you have to pay for. I mean, there was Battle Royales you did have to pay for back then, like, when it was, like, new, like PUBG and stuff like that, but, like, I feel like if you're gonna make a Battle Royale, you gotta make that, like, just a bonus mode that's, like, free, you know what I mean? Like, very few people are willing to pay for specifically just a Battle Royale, you know what I mean? Devil May Cry is a great series, well, except DMC2. Yeah, I mean, this is an obvious one. I mean, kind of like low-hanging fruit, really. Everyone hates DMC2, including me. Now, granted, I will say I've never finished DMC2, and I don't think I ever will, because, come on, let's be honest now. Like, let's not kid ourselves. DMC2, what can I really say about that hasn't already been said? Like, the gameplay, again, like, one thing that every one of these games I've talked about so far has in common, the gameplay is super sluggish and slow. They tried to, like, innovate in a lot of ways that just did not work well. Like, the animations in this game are so fucking weird and, like, cumbersome. Like, I feel like this game is playing, like, underwater. Like, that's the only way I could really describe it. It's super floaty. The action's just not as satisfying as DMC1. Not like DMC1 combat is that, like, intricate or in-depth, you know what I mean? Like, it's very simple, but I feel like this game, the combat's even dumber and less, like, convoluted, mainly because for some reason, and this is the most infamous thing about this game, guns are just absolutely busted for no reason. Like, the game can pretty much just, every obstacle you, like, come across can be overcome just by mashing square. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can just hold down square. You don't even have to, like, repeatedly shoot. But yeah, guns are just so broken and, like, overtuned, and you can just keep upgrading your guns to do even more damage. Like, your sword is trivial. Like, there's not much reason to use your sword at all, besides just you wanting to, like, I guess, spice up your gameplay, which is an insane statement on its own. Also, the game has, like, these weird, like, acrobatic flips. Like, you can do, like, wall runs and shit, and, like, weird, like, Matrix, like, downward shooting and stuff like that. But, like I said, it just ends up being, like, weird and kind of useless. Also, Devil Trigger, I just want to say, Devil Trigger literally makes it even easier when you're using your guns, because your guns actually just turn into machine guns. Like, I'm not even joking, they become fully automatic and just shred things even faster. Like, and overall, the game is just not that fun. The atmosphere is just kind of boring. Like, you know what I mean? You're just in this, like, empty, like, city locations. You fight a lot of, like, repeat enemies and bosses. Dante just completely lacks any personality in this game at all. Like, he's like this weird, silent, stoic type character, and he has this, like, dumb coin flip, like, thing he does, and he thinks he's, like, the fucking, like, Two-Face from Batman or something. Like, it's just really weird. Just, like, a lot of missteps with this game. Like, I'm honestly surprised that there was a DMC3, but thank God. I think 2 is generally the worst Devil May Cry game. Like, DMC Devil May Cry is a way better game than DMC2. The best thing we honestly got out of DMC2, in my opinion, Dante's design in this game is pretty fucking sick. And yeah, that's honestly gonna be it for games I, like, really dislike. There are a few honorable mentions I just want to, like, talk about real quick. Well, I guess dishonorable mention is more the correct word. But yeah, we got Overwatch, like, but actually just Overwatch 2, I guess. Yeah, Overwatch beforehand, I really loved Overwatch. Played it around the time when it came out. Fell off of it a little bit, but not for any reason. I just stopped playing Overwatch, and then I replayed it with my friends a little bit before Overwatch 2 came out. And then Overwatch 2 came out, and I mean, it just under-delivered so much, dude. very minimal gameplay changes. The maps were just basically reskins, most of them. There was very few new maps. Most of the maps were just Overwatch 1 maps, but they just changed the time of day. They literally completely lied about the solo, like, campaign and, like, everything about that. It just never came true. They kept fucking changing things. They broke the game, like, every couple of weeks. They would just remove characters because of, like, game-breaking bugs. And also, the greed just went out of the window with how much it cost for fucking skins, and, like, there being, like, 78 different currencies to get just to get skins. Also, there was issues with, like, even letting the game to launch when it first came out, waiting in long ass queues. The queue times for regular matches would take forever. Like, you get the idea. Thank God for Rivals. Sonic 06, internet's punching bag, you know, 2012 game reviewer. Oh, the game's bad. It is really bad, obviously. But, like, some people are trying to make this fucking weird revisionist history around this game, being like, this game was actually an underrated masterpiece and shit like that. At least that's what I've heard people say. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's stupid as fuck. We live in a world where maybe it could have been a good game. Just because you played Project 06 doesn't mean the game was always good. Class of 09 flip side. You know, I've reviewed the entire series. I've played all the games. I've done individual videos about it. Yeah, just wanted to reiterate, Flipside, still bad. It took all the funniness and, like, everything of the other games and just completely threw it out the window. Has the least amount of routes in the entire series, which is crazy for a third game. And there's just so much wasted potential. Like, we could have gotten so many more routes, so many more things to do. You know what I mean? Like, different scenarios, but no. And lastly, Sparking Zero. Yeah, a lot of people switched up on this game as of recent. I've always been a hater. I really don't like this game. As a Dragon Ball fan, I mean, it's good literally if you're only playing it for, like, the offline shit or just playing it with, like, friends and stuff, but the online is garbage. The combat itself, like, for, like, as, like, a competitive game is really ass. Like, you know what I mean? Super unbalanced. Not that it was supposed to be. Like, they already made it clear it's a Budokai game. It's not supposed to be balanced. But this game just kind of sucks. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, the combat's just really lame. And, like, constantly just dodging each other is super fucking annoying. Like, I just hated that shit. Like, immediately from day one, I never liked the game. But, yeah, that's gonna be it, honestly, for this video. Let me know what games you like and don't like. Or if any of these games you think are actually good and I'm stupid or something like that, let me know down below. But, yeah.